Alright, I wanted to just briefly go over some of the additional inputs and output options we have up here, specifically in terms of recording and recorded music. The top unit here, the black unit, is just a basic old CD player. Nothing real fancy there. As long as you can figure out your play, pause, your stop, your eject, etc., you should be fine there. But do note, though, that this guy comes in, and you probably can't see it, but it's the last two channels here on the mixer, channels 23 and 24. Again, we go back to that stereo concept. You're going to have your left out the CD player going to the left most channel, like channel 23, and the rightmost channel of the CD player going out to channel 24. Most of the time it's not going to make a difference, but occasionally it does, especially if you ever see a CD that says split track on it. That's kind of has voices on one half and just instruments on the other half, so you can pick out which ones you want. Very common for Bible school, etc. So that's certainly available for as needed if somebody's to play a CD, etc. Wanted to also go over the service recording equipment here. We have a Maranatz recording unit that is really nice because it kind of records as a computer. It just saves it as a file, and it actually transfers it down to the music computer down in the music office. As far as operation goes, this is extremely simple to use. You can either hit record or record pause to kind of wake it up and get it ready. If you do record pause, it literally wakes it up and says, okay, I'm going to be ready to record soon, but I'm not going to actually go anywhere. And you'll notice the numbers on the screen there aren't changing at all. So with that, it's about ready to go, but all you need to do is go ahead and hit the actual record. Once you do that, you're going to notice the numbers are going to start counting up. You're going to see the record light comes on, and you're also going to see the play pause button light comes on. When you see all of those, you definitely know you're recording. What you should also notice is if someone's actually speaking through a microphone in the system, you should see these LEDs up here kind of indicating the amount of volume it's getting. As long as that's bouncing around somewhere in the middle on occasion, that's good. Now once you're done and you've recorded the whole entire service, you let that run, and that's generally how we're doing it, at least for second service. And you kind of try to kick off that record at the very beginning, see if you can catch the prelude, and see if you can even catch the announcement. Sometimes I'll do that too. Let it record the whole thing. When you're done, after the post load is wrapped up, then you can go ahead to hit this white stop button. When you hit the white stop button, you're going to see the numbers all go to 0. And what you want to do, especially when you have an hour worth of file, hour and a half sometimes, you'll notice there's a green LED right here on this left side, or toward the center almost. If that is blinking, then it's working. It's transferring the file, and it's probably copying it down to the music computer back at Mickey's desk. If it's doing that, I'd highly recommend leaving the system on. It does not take that long to copy. It does copy as an MP3 file for anyone who knows what that is. It's a compressed file. It's not a humongous deal. And if you give it like 5 minutes or so, let that light keep blinking. Once that wraps up and it's stopped blinking, you give it maybe 30 seconds. If you haven't seen it blink since then, we can go ahead and shut the whole system off. So that's kind of a wrap-up procedure at the end. Now, again, back to best practices a little bit. Whenever possible, try to leave all the individual equipment on. What we've kind of standardized on is there's a main power strip, and it should be pretty easy to find. It's down below on the rolling cabinet here. And when you flip that on, almost everything turns on all at once. And when you're done with a service and you finish recording and all the data transfer is complete and you wrapped everything up, go ahead and you can flip that one switch off. Everything shuts off. That's fine. That's safe. It's no harm or damage to the equipment. And what's nice there is when everyone's consistent with that, it's nice and easy to turn everything back on again, and there's no advanced setup procedures for trying to remember which devices you need to turn on. Just turn the whole thing on all at once and it's done. As I mentioned before, Yeah,